You all voted in my latest poll and I'm here to answer. So why do strokes impact people so differently? Let's get into it. The stroke itself has a huge impact on how someone is affected and recovers. We have to think, where in the brain did the stroke occur? Different parts of our brain are responsible for different things. And this is why someone may have visual issues after a stroke while another person might have speech difficulty. And that's because our vision centers are located at the back of the brain, while the language centers are usually located in the left hemispheres. So where in the brain a stroke happens will often determine what issues someone might experience. Now, we also have to think about the severity of the stroke. Was it a TIA or a mini stroke, where the clot that is occurring will clear after some time? Or was it a full-blown stroke that was caused by a clot that did not go away and requires some type of medical intervention? We also have to think about the type of stroke. While both ischemic, a stroke that's caused by a clot, and hemorrhagic strokes caused by a brain bleed can cause a part of the brain to be without oxygen, they are inherently different. Hemorrhagic strokes are usually the result of a blood vessel in the brain bursting, which floods that part of the brain with blood. Symptoms come on quickly and abruptly, whereas in an ischemic stroke, symptoms are more gradually and may be initially less severe. We have to think about things like, how long did it take to get to the hospital? How long from the start of symptom onset to hospital care did it take? Because the longer that our brains are without oxygen, the more damage that occurs. And another factor related to this receiving medical care quickly is TPA. And TPA is a clot-busting medicine that's used to treat ischemic strokes that can only be given within a certain time frame. So people who are able to receive TPA usually have better outcomes. Lifestyle. We know that lifestyle directly affects our health and recovery. If someone was relatively healthy before their stroke, they have a better chance of greater improvement and recovering more quickly than someone who was not. Why is that? Well, let's start with a healthy diet, eating healthy. We all know that we should eat better. More fruits, vegetables, omega-3s, less fast food, less soda, less sugar. Someone who eats healthier foods is essentially helping to support their brain and body health and their recovery. Food is fuel for our body. You wouldn't put diesel in a car that runs on gasoline. In the same way, you want to fuel your body with nutritious foods that support recovery. We can't forget about physical activity and lifestyle either. Survivors who are more physically active are helping their brains make neuroplastic changes and connections more quickly. Our brains require a lot of repetition and consistency to make changes stick. So someone who is more active, and especially, for example, trying to move their affected side more, will likely see improvement quicker than someone who is less physically active. Now, last thing in this lifestyle category is sleep. The American Heart Association recommends that adults get 7 to 9 hours of sleep to support heart and brain health. Sleep is a time for our body to regroup and for our brain to take out the trash, refresh, and get ready for the next day. Neurofatigue can already be a very serious issue after a stroke, but if you're not getting enough sleep on top of that, it can seriously slow down your recovery. Now, if you want a more in-depth look at secondary stroke prevention and lifestyle factors, I recommend that you check out this video I made a little while ago. Access to care and therapy. If you live in a rural area, it may have taken a long time to get to the appropriate hospital. Earlier, I talked about the importance of getting treatment quickly. Depending on location, fast treatment at an appropriate facility may not have been feasible. We also have to think about inpatient rehab stays. Early therapy can be extremely helpful in kickstarting the recovery process. But in the US, some insurances may not approve an inpatient rehab stay, which unfortunately can negatively impact the recovery journey. On that same vein, some insurance companies will deny treatment in outpatient or home health therapy. Often, insurance companies will deny more treatment visits when someone has met their visit limit, even if they could benefit from continued therapy. And lastly, we have to think about money. Money to pay for copays especially. Even if insurance might cover therapy, copays or certain out-of-pocket expenses may not be affordable. Perseverance. There's no getting around it. The people who make the most strides in their recovery are those that put in the work, day in and day out. Spontaneous recovery does happen in the first 3 to 6 months, and it's great to capitalize on that period. But for recovery to continue to happen, for those neuroplastic changes to occur, there has to be effort. It takes repetition, consistency, time, effort, and perseverance to make progress. And the good news is that it's never too late to prioritize your recovery journey. The brain is capable of making changes at any point in our lives, even if it may be slow. So if your recovery is something that maybe you've put on the back burner, you can start again today. It's never too late to start making those brain changes. All right, everyone, that's it for today. If you feel comfortable, feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know, what has your recovery experience been like? And as always, I'm going to be leaving a link down below if you'd like to sign up for the email list, which gets you free stroke recovery tips and motivational emails every week, as well as a free copy of my ebook, The Stroke Recovery Pocket Guide. And if you find value in what we do here at Post Stroke and you're able, please consider donating, either by giving us a super thanks by clicking down below in the bar in YouTube, by giving us a one-time donation via PayPal, or by becoming a Patreon member, where in exchange for a monthly donation, you get access to cool perks like social media shoutouts, behind-the-scenes footage, question and answer, as well as YouTube shoutouts, of which I have one today. Thank you again to Doug C. for continuing to contribute at the Empower level. We can't do what we do without you. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.